What happens when you combine the brutality of MMA with all the frivolity and whimsy of a Renaissance fair? This. All right, welcome. You made it. You're here. You found us. The algorithm has placed you within our grasp, and so I'm glad you stopped by to check it out. This is Comish Buhurt Chronicles. My name is Brandon Comish, and I'm going to be embarking on a journey into the world of medieval combat, broadly speaking, and Buhurt more specifically. I'm going to introduce myself briefly and what you can expect from this channel. So, what is Buhurt? What even is that weird word you keep saying? Well, Buhurt, as the footage suggested, which footage, by the way, comes from Medieval Things, is a mixture of the savagery, carnal brutality of a UFC fight and the whimsical charm and just complete detachment from reality that you might find at, say, a cosplay club or a Renaissance fair or a Republican National Convention. Allegedly, the sport was started in Ukraine, and it was modeled after an actual ancient sport or spectacle used in medieval peace times to keep peace and to entertain the heavily taxed peasant masses, right? Okay, that part makes sense. You can picture an upper class aristocrat sitting down and saying, hey, you know what we don't want? Peasant uprising. So let's give them a show and let them eat cake. That's what they did, and that is what we now do today, thanks to these Ukrainians who resurrected the sport. So a participant fighter, such as I hope to be, will, with the help of a non-combatant, don a complete full set of armor head to toe, procure a steel blunted weapon, be it axe or sword, and they will then proceed to pulverize their friends and foes into the ground in equal measure. So it's pure fun, pure spectacle. And softening that brutality a little bit is the love and sportsmanship that seems to really just permeate the sport from everything I've seen so far. A few random facts. One, this will be a family-friendly channel, so feel free to let your kids sit in. You should also know that in general, I'm an athletic chap and I'm a pretty big nerd, right? An obvious potential candidate for this sport that can marry these seeming contradictions so nicely. I'm a newly minted professional in my mid to late 30s. I get to now practice medicine full-time as a family practice doc, and I'm really enjoying that, but it's also going to be part of the show. How do I navigate starting a new hobby in sport this intense, this late in my life, while balancing a career and family and other obligations? I'm a happily married father of 2 and a father figure of 3. Okay, so my athleticism, where does that come from? Lifelong participation in a variety of sports, basically. Mostly martial arts and mostly judo, but strength training and various other things mixed in. So I do have a separate video planned coming in the near future. How athletic do you need to be to do this sport? And what about my nerdiness? Where does that come from? Well, I don't really know, but it is made manifest both in my chosen profession, okay, 11 years of schooling past high school, bookish, it's safe to say I am, as well as my myriad hobbies, all right? Those include flying drones, building Legos, collecting Pokemon cards, Studio Ghibli movies, board games, video games. I love me some video games. And as well as the most important quintessential thing, nerd thing in my opinion, is reading fantasy fiction. In another future video is answering the question, how nerdy do you need to be to play this sport? I'll talk about all my nerd hobbies in detail. Other things to expect from this channel. Follow me as I learn about the sport and take my first steps into training and to practice. Anticipate along with me the joy of that day I finally get to don my bespoke helm, breastplate, full 9 yards. I have plans to show how I locate and meet up with my nearest club, how to get started training when you don't have any gear whatsoever, what things to buy first in terms of clothing, equipment, training stuff. Of course, some unboxings are on the agenda, as well as maybe even some ASMR. Is that still a thing? I don't know, that might get some clicks. As well as the less exciting but still useful demonstrations on how to clean, maintain armor, repair armor, that kind of thing. I'm also, of course, going to show some of the heaviest hits and takedowns that I can while I travel to various Ren fairs and tournaments the world over. I'm talking straight up travel vlogs, yo. Me in Europe meeting the other enthusiasts. I'm pretty sure travel vlogs are still popular, right? Whatever. Sprinkled throughout all of that, you will see some of my many fun and zany antics in exhibitionism. No, scratch that. I will not be doing that. What I meant to say is my antics in creating a spectacle of myself and with my shenanigans. So I'll be shenaniganizing. Shenaniganism. I'll engage in shenaniganism. And if you find that kind of stuff fun, then come along for the journey. Episode 1 will be dropping as soon as next week. I am going to my first club meeting. I'll be taking a colleague and my son, and we'll be traveling about 45 minutes away. I've been looking forward to it for weeks now. They've set up what's called a new fighter orientation, so I anticipate donning some loner armor and getting whacked upside the head and seeing what that's like, as well as just meeting the fighters and the support crew and all of the other enthusiasts. So if you would like to tag along in that respect, then by all means don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Seems really weird to be saying that, but there it is. Remember, Buhurt is life.